Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome back to 4WC Group Stage. My name is Aquatic, and we're back right away after that previous match between Ukraine. And but yeah, we are here in the banning phase now, I believe, unless that is already finished. Just a tad bit late to this stream, but we do have quite an interesting match on our hands today. It is going to be Saudi Arabia versus Kazakhstan, the seed 2 and seed 3 of their groups, I believe, and a overall seeding difference of only 2 seeds. This is seed 28 versus seed 30, and you know, being as close as it is, and if we've looked at some of their previous performances throughout the group stage back in week 1, we'll be able to see that despite losing their first played match for Kazakhstan, I believe, yeah, they were facing the seed 1 of this group, which was Italy, and they were able to come out of that 3-5, which is a very respectable performance from Kazakhstan. But if you look at Saudi Arabia, their first match was against Belgium, which they were able to, though Belgium was the lowest seed member of their group, they were still able to beat out Belgium very, very confidently, 5-0. So, you know, Kazakhstan's got their work cut out for them, being the lower seed, and all Saudi Arabia. I've made a mistake earlier. Saudi Arabia is actually the highest seeded team in this group, but nonetheless, it is going to be quite an interesting match that we have on our hands today. This is their first pick, if I do believe it is going to be Saudi Arabia's pick. HD2 coming right out the gate with some hidden gimmicks. Kazakhstan, I'll have to double check, but I do believe this was played back in their first first match. That are banned out. Nonetheless, we're getting the players to come in now. Equidimensional seems to be dropping out, maybe lobby sitting. But we see Shared, we see Ashek 8, we see Shiyumi. We're waiting on one more for Saudi Arabia. Kazakhstan has a Flashina currently in the lobby so far. If we're just purely going off of qualifiers performances, Kazakhstan and Saudi Arabia actually performed very, very similarly in the qualifiers for HD2, 25 seed versus 21st seed for Saudi Arabia. And which is quite an interesting seeding difference, considering that this is Saudi Arabia's first pick. This means that they are quite confident in this first pick. And if we're going to infer something that typically that they were seeded super closely back in qualifiers, we'll have to see how they perform on a map such as this. Does seem all 8 players have come in now, though. Call Me Red, Shared, Divi, and Equidimensional for Team Saudi Arabia. Flashina, Shiyumi, Ashik 8, and 3Yuma for Kazakhstan. I may have made some mistakes earlier. Nonetheless, here we go into HD2. This map is going to be only 5.6 stars, actually. Drain time of just over 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 16 seconds, and it's going to be your typical AR8 map. Right off the bat, we see some misses come out from Kazakhstan's 3 misses already, and that's the last FC off of Team Kazakhstan already, and Saudi Arabia still holding on to 3 FC's strong. 2 now. Sherrod finds another miss, equidimensional trades, as well as Ashek 8, but the combo advantage is going to go to Saudi Arabia, and thus the score lead. 2 more misses come out from Kazakhstan. Shiumi and Ashek is not looking great on this first third of this map. 3Yuma finding another miss as well. Call Me Red and Divi just holding on to their combos, not looking to break anytime soon. But as I say that, Divi finds a miss, and now Call Me Red's the only one with an FC left in this lobby. The recovery combos are starting to build, but the misses still come out here and there, and that's going to put a halt to that recovery combo that Kazakhstan is looking to build, and that's a full combo reset now. It's still just down to Call Me Red, though that single combo from Saudi Arabia has been enough to give them a very large score lead, all the way up to 400k now. No combos to respond. Really, 3Yuma, the only substantial combo left on Kazakhstan, is now gone. Divi holding up respectable recovery, yet finding another miss there. It is just Call Me Red. No one in this lobby can compete with that score, and they're going to single-handedly bring Saudi Arabia this first point. A very, very comfortable pick for Saudi Arabia, and now we see exactly why they picked this, despite how close the seeding was back in qualifiers. Call Me Red, the only FC in the entire lobby, gapping everyone else in terms of both accuracy and combo. The only person above 500k in the entire lobby, and it is a 1 mil S rank, 99.11%. Oh my lord! If there's a solo carry, if we're talking about solo carry performances, that is sure as hell one. But of course, it is Kazakhstan's pick now. The ball is in their park, and let's see how they respond. Hello, and welcome to the casting booth, Hubba.
Hello, one and all. Welcome back to 4WC. This is my first match of this tournament, so you know, you kind of just like vibe checking my way into this one. Seems like an interesting matchup. Kazakhstan, historically a pretty solid underdog team in this tournament. They've pulled off some nutty upsets in the past and gotten some solid placements, but in the face of a more motivated Saudi Arabia, I mean, the story here is just Call Me Red, right? We saw him FC that hidden 2 just now, and he is easily one of the better 4 digits mechanically and on reading picks in this SR and any really at 4 digits. So it's going to be the hurdle to overcome for Kazakhstan. They're hoping to do so with some plus Donchi, first pick out the gate for the blue flag.
Looking to probably abuse that lower SR consistency pick. The DT on the DT1, Kazakhstan. I mean, if you're gonna go for something that's a bit more 50-50, like DT1, I would certainly pick it as your first pick of the match, even if you lose it out. Even if you find some misses here and there on such an RNG pick. It's alright because the match is just starting, right?
Oh, so it's been RNG over the weekend. Like, has it just been like Super FC Fest, or has it been Coughing Baby Warfare? which of the two sides
Well,
of the
I'm
coin?
not too sure, but I do know this map as a very like farmy map.
Yeah, it's got a
It's also
couple
very
of
well
those.
known.
Yeah, very popular. For I feel bad for Japan who had to play this song. They actually know what's going on in the lyrics.
Oh.
And it's gonna be curious. Of course, Kazakhstan, a very mechanically motivated team. It's just it's that hurdle you gotta overcome. They call me Red Hurdle. You have to have at least one FC because this is kind of Boblo for a guy like him.
Like, call me Red? Yeah, certainly so. Though, despite we're talking about that, seems that Kazakhstan does actually have quite the advantage on, somewhat of an advantage on DT1, I believe. From the looks of it, never mind. It seems both teams are kind of struggling on DT back in qualifiers. So it is just going to come down to the performance in the match. And right away, no early misses so far. Accuracy just about the same. 3 Yuma is going to find that miss though, but Call Me Red finding that early miss. The player that we've been looking at before this pick has been picked has found their first miss and dropped their FC now.
It seems to be the latter of the two options I mentioned before. Some mild Coughing Baby Warfare happening here. Another slider break from Call Me Red, matched by Madaraha on the other side, but it's Shuma and Ikigatsu Maru on the higher accuracies for Kazakhstan. Does find that drop, but it is purely combo advantage right now. Kazakhstan, if those breaks were to come through for Saudi Arabia, do have the higher accuracy and are going to be a little bit up on the potential score, pending how the rest of this map goes.
Little bit of a slower section for the song here. Only one miss come out through this section, through this build-up section a little bit. Igatsu Maru, it's going to be the only miss. And yet there's still 3 FCs for the side of Saudi Arabia. If there's no misses to come out from that side, it is going to look that they're going to take the score lead all the way. But Ekri Dimensional finds a miss, traded out by the lowest combo on Team Kazakhstan. It's not going to... It's going to stop the bleeding at the very minimum. 300k and not really going towards either side now.
Yeah, I mean, that lower accuracy I was mentioning is up to whether or not Divi could hold through these sections, but accuracy be damned, that boy can combo. He's got 93 and still holding on to the FC, finally finds the drop in this final Ki, but it's sure to Call Me Red with that recovery to hold the line. No true FCs on the side of Kazakhstan. You're looking at Kyrgyzstan and Shuma to hold those higher combos, but the breaks come through. Can't they pull through with 300k score in enough time with the combos? Ikigatsu Maru on a 400 combo recovery as well. It's shrinking, but I don't think there's enough time, as close as it may be.
Oh, by the skin of their teeth, the advantage Saudi Arabia that has built throughout the earlier parts of that map was enough, and they pull it through for the first breakpoint of this match.
Yeah, they were hoping to accessibility diff Saudi Arabia with the high AR there, but unfortunately not to be. And that DT3 I don't think is going to be as good of a pick for Kazakhstan. So that breakpoint going Saudi Arabia's way, and they're probably looking to pick another reading and or control oriented map, having a look-see at that free mod 1, free mod 2 as potential options for the Saudis.
But yeah, I mean, Saudi has already demonstrated their comfort on those lower AR picks. And of course, something like the free mod 2 or even the no mod 5 is just sitting right there. Specifically basically the No Mod 5 actually. As at least for Free Mod 2, there's the HR picks for the other mods. No Mod 5 is just a pure AR7, AR7.5 gimmick map. And given how dominant Saudi Arabia was on that HD2, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that picked. But I think instead they are going for No Mod 4.
Yeah, ripping the band-aid right off on the original here for No Mod 4. Gonna be an exciting tech battle between the two teams, of course. Again, if you're leaning on your core to pull off some solid performances, this is the way to go. Off the back of Call Me Red, I'm sure that Hidden 2 pick, they had that solid backing score, but it was the Call Me Red FC, the glue that held it together. I would assume this is going to be a similar avenue of attack for Saudi Arabia, who are trying to consolidate on a 3-0 lead. Okay, gonna do a quick JSON update real quick before the No Mod 4 gets kicked up. I think we'll get kicked off with our continued showing of Saudi Arabia versus Kazakhstan momentarily. Just a quick technical difficulty there.
Well, we are still dealing with the audios. The gameplay is going to be here. And while the scoreboard loads a little, we will see that Saudi Arabia is going to take a little bit of an advantage early on.
Yeah, off the back of that 3-way FC, it is Divi to drop now just the 2-way, but Ashek on the other side to drop the final FC for Kazakhstan. And already, I mean, we were sub 1 million score and they already had that 150k lead. It is Sherd and Rikiria running away a little bit with this No Mod 4. The accuracy looking superb on that 98.5 for Rikiria, another player to look out for on the Saudi Arabia side for these non-mechanics picks.
Yep, 2 FCs going strong and holding up the score lead. Already 300k and rising, but I think we have a DC come out from Kazakhstan. Score lead now just going to shoot right over to Saudi Arabia. Now that Kazakhstan is down a player, Call Me Red with a very strong recovery, and the only substantial combo on the side of Kazakhstan is going to Xiumi, and that is just not going to be enough to offset the 3 massive combo leads that Saudi Arabia has right now. Sherd finally finding that miss, but there's still an FC left on the side of Saudi Arabia, and that's just going to ensure the score lead does not even budge a little bit towards the side of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it does say on the MP that Shuma unfortunately finding the DC, so he is out of the lobby, and now you're looking for Kyria to close out that FC and close out the dub. I mean, 2.8 mil on a Nomad 4, a little bit unheard of. Unfortunately, Kazakhstan. And these picks are well scouted for Saudi Arabia. That's 3 in a row, 3-0 lead. They gotta find a comeback in a big way here. And personally, I'm looking towards these Hard Rock maps to be the avenue into this match for Kazakhstan.
Of course, Kazakhstan. It is Kazakhstan's pick now. Let's see if your prediction comes true, Hubba. The HRs are still sitting right there. I do not believe they have been banned at all. Unless I am mistaken. Nope.
Yeah, all 3 Hard Rock maps still available for them. I mean, HR1 for the awkward aim wouldn't be the worst sout in a world, given the Nomad 1 ban from Saudi Arabia. Go lean into that awkward aim. There's also HR3 if they want to go for the snap alt inclusion.
Or even a little bit of that HR2, you know? If you're going for a comfort pick, I think HR2 is definitely one of those maps that you look towards for precision. It's just so much harder to hold onto a large combo and good accuracy when you're dealing with something like Hard Rock Precision. If it is down to comfortability and Kazakhstan wins out on that, I could see that being picked as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think they want to lean into a hidden. Of course, that hidden 2 is somewhat one-sided, and I say that, and they immediately they spit in my face. It's hidden 1. It's damp. We are going into this like jazz funk sort of rhythmic alt hidden 1. I am very curious to see how this goes for Kazakhstan. I'm wondering why they haven't picked the HR like with bated breath, given that if a breakpoint here gives Saudi Arabia a match point, it could be their final pick of the match if it's not like a true comfortable heater.
Yeah, but this is going to be featuring a little bit of that snap alty stuff on the swing rhythm. It's somewhat different compared to HR3, where HR3 is more of a consistent BPM. You just have to be able to hit the snap, the super high BPM aim. This is, you have to maintain a good understanding of the song's rhythm and still being able to hit some of those faster snaps that those swing patterns would present to you.
Mm-hmm. Lots of that awkward rhythm, lots of snap, aim, involvement, like a little bit of rounded out kick sliders as well, just some things to trip you up if you aren't fully comfortable on that hidden mod. It's going to be a similar core roster for Saudi Arabia. It's Sherd, Equidimensional, and DV hopping back in the lobby. And meanwhile, Shuma, Shiumi, Floxina, both of the hidden players hopping back in the fold for Kazakhstan, trying to get their first point of this matchup and stop the bleeding a bit against a so far quite dominant Saudi Arabia.
This is going to be HD1, string length of 4 minutes and 30 seconds, one of the longest maps in the entire pool outside of Tiebreaker. And AR 9.5, OD 9.1, CS 4.3. This map is going to be pretty comfortable in terms of the stats themselves. So the main difficulty is going to come from the patterns that this map is going to present you with. And immediately off the bat, we see 2 misses coming out from Sherrod and Floxina. Early misses on such a long map is probably not going to do much, but it is going to come down to how many of these players are going to be able to hold on to their FCs.
Yeah, and it's also Floxina missing a little bit deeper in the map, getting a second one. Right now it is the lead being held up by the accuracies. It feels like the story of this match, right? Kazakhstan consistently having the higher accuracy on these maps. Unfortunately, just a little bit consistency woes, as Sherrod does find as well. Secondary drop to match Floxina, and this 20k hold between the two teams going to be maintained for the time being.
Combos are perfectly matched up so far. Sherrod finds another miss here. That gives Floxina's recovery a little bit of an advantage, but it's the accuracy that's going to be the key part for Kazakhstan on this HD1 right now. Xiumi, 3Yuma, and Ashtek all holding on to very, very high accuracies, 99 and 98, while Saudi Arabia is only able to respond with a few 98s and 97s, but Xiumi's going to drop their FC. That is going to flip the score lead right back over to Saudi Arabia soon enough.
Yeah, it is the 2 FCs. That recovery combo from Floxina, a little bit ahead of Sherrod, especially now with that secondary break. But there goes the triple break. It is drops across the board. Ashek final FC down, and who else would it have been other than Call Me Red? But it's not going to be enough to get a massive lead. The drop to come through, and it's only a 4,000 difference here. Aquatic at the halfway point. Worst possible place to find your misses. And now with everyone's potential score cut in half, you have to wonder how the second half is going to go, because it is still anybody's ballpark.
Yes, sir, you've said it, Hubba. Combos are once again matched up. The full combo reset is not going to mean either side is going to take a significant advantage at all. But with that miss from Equidimensional on the slow section, the score lead is going to go slightly in favor of Kazakhstan, but Floxina trades it right back, and now it's only going to be 20k. There's still a third of this map left. Ashek Divi trading out the combos once again. And now, with Xiumi's recovery also gone, it's Call Me Red and Sherrod going to hold on to the combo lead and bring the score lead right back to Saudi Arabia's side. Are they going to be able to hold on to this to make up a significant enough advantage?
Yeah, Shuma doing their best here to hold through with that extra combo, matching Sherrod for the time being, but right now it is the difference between Xiumi and Call Me Red. And now with that final drop from Shuma, the score lead is finally going to balloon to beyond 50k for the first time in this match for either team. Saudi Arabia running away with the lead despite the quad break that occurred at that halfway point. It is still the top 2 players, Sherrod and Call Me Red, finding their consistency in this latter half to be the difference maker through those plethora of kick slider jumps.
One last miss to end this map off. Saudi Arabia once again taking yet another break point from Kazakhstan, 4-0 now. Taking themselves to match point very, very early. Saudi Arabia is looking very, very good for this pick. It's also their own pick. They have many, many options for them to choose from. And Kazakhstan has really got to somehow find this next break point if they want to keep themselves in the game here.
Yeah, it has to be a break point, and given they've just lost 2 hiddens, if you're Saudi Arabia, you're licking your lips and prepping to pick that hidden 3 button, I think. Like, the comfort has just been very much on their side with the mod combination. And they could scrape by this match without ever touching a free mod or hard rock pool if they were to run that hidden 3 up. And it is going to be the snap hidden 3 from Call Me Red. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Certainly so. The HD3 has been picked. This is gonna be your flow aim hidden map. BPM's gonna be very, very comfortable at 165, your typical alt BPM. It is the main difficulty of this map is just going to be those axle decel flow patterns. Can you hold on to your combo? Do you have the consistency to hit it for the entire map? That is the question for all of these players here.
Yeah, and I mean, the bulk of it has been a overall hidden comfort differential between the two teams, right? Like, feels like a little bit of fourth player gap. It's been switching places on Kazakhstan on the hidden, but it's just one person finding those hiccups on the various aim patterns of these maps. And with this one in particular, leaning into those alt patterns, you have to wonder about overlaps and the comfort there with those reading elements. So you're likely to see similar rosters. Actually, no major switch ups. 3v2 eyes never open hopping into the lobby. And Ikigatsu Maru hopping in on the Kazakhstan side. Some pretty big changes here for this hidden 3 if these rosters are presumed to stay the same.
I believe their first match in this group has been a clean sweep against Belgium, and I believe they're certainly looking to recreate that once again against Kazakhstan on this HD3.
Yeah, it is. HD3 time. I mean, you got 3v2 on the roster and he wasn't in on the tech map. You're low-key trolling, but here we are. It's the rest of the roster. Its eyes never open. 3v2 hopping in for their first map. Gonna be the hidden 3, looking to potentially close out the sweep unless Kazakhstan has anything to say about it. Here, as we make it into these flow patterns, first drop to come down to Call Me Red. Continued comfort here for the side of Kazakhstan. Ikigatsu Maru hopping in place of Floxina for this hidden map and is going to be that first drop on the side of Kazakhstan.
And they are not happy about it, but the trades are equalized and the combos are the same. Accuracy once again early on for Kazakhstan, but it is going to be that longevity that's gonna matter for these teams. We've seen this story play out once already on that HD1, and Shiyumi is going to be the one to fall. The second FC to drop on Kazakhstan's side, and now the combo lead is going to go to Saudi Arabia. We're already a third of the way through this map, and now it's 3 FCs and a very, very strong recovery from Call Me Red to take it right over. 382 is going to drop, and so does Eyes Never Open is going to be the last FC on Saudi Arabia. And now the story's been flipped on its head as I'm speaking it.
Yeah, recovery combo and Shiyumi gonna be the big difference maker here through this flood pattern. Ikigatsu Maru not finding the comfort necessary for this hidden pick, but Ashik, that second FC to fall, its lead maintained on the side of Saudi Arabia. You are looking towards Sherd, who's put up some solid performances on that last hidden one. The hidden comfort coming through. Shuma, final FC down. And Sherd and Call Me Red are just gonna run away with this. It's gonna be domination station for Saudi Arabia. next stop 5-0 on the 750 compo from Call Me Red. Continued FC from Sherd, 500k and growing. And Ikagatamaru with the unfortunate drop there. I mean, I get the match frustrations, but what a run from Saudi Arabia through their group.
An absolutely incredible performance throughout the week so far for Saudi Arabia. Another 5-0 sweep for their group. And unfortunate situations for Kazakhstan.
Yeah, they are unfortunately on the outs pending, not even pending the result, because Italy is also 2-0 now. It is unfortunately a decided group, I believe. The final matchup, Italy versus Saudi Arabia, all for show at this point, as Kazakhstan and Belgium going to be the decided outs for this group, unfortunately. And Saudi Arabia 2-0, Italy 2-0, both with those positive point diffs by 7 and 10. We'll have to see how that final match goes in this group. Oh wait, that match already happened. Am I tripping? No. It's tomorrow at 15 UTC. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing. The text is so tiny on the sheet. But yeah, congrats to Saudi Arabia for the second sweep in a row. We'll have to see if their streak can continues against a streaking Italy in that matchup tomorrow at 15 UTC. But we got more matches coming your way on the A stream momentarily. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 10 minutes for our continued coverage of 4WC.